Okay, I think we are recording. Just one second. Yep,
We are.
we're recording. So, Øiving, you threw up a topic and you want to talk about something a little bit different today. Go.
Yes, today I would like to have a conversation about how we can help people that are struggling in this current state right now. With the coronavirus, we're getting a lot of limitations on what we're able to do. And it's so easy to fall into the vicious cycle of thinking, oh, this sucks, this is so bad. My economy is going to be ruined. Will I have a place to live? Will I have food on the table? Maybe not the biggest issue in Norway, but still people are feeling quite a bit of anxiety. And I would like to get something out there, how they can get out of this vicious cycle and focus on something that could improve their life, not just in Corona, but in everyday life after this weird situation is over, this weird, kind of cool, if everything is okay, but weird situation we're in.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm just enjoying this Corona thing so immensely. I've never had a better moment in my life than this. And I guess being an introvert gives me a head start on this, because on the rail scale, where you go from acceptance or from resistance to acceptance to like to enjoy, I totally excel this. I completely enjoy this. So totally. So one way is to just walk up that scale, going, oh, I want to resist this, because resisting it is kind of stupid, because it's there and it's nothing to resist. So getting up to accept should be fairly rational and easy. And then finding stuff you can do that you like, even though you can't go out and meet your friends and party and all of that. There is other things in life that you can like as well, like tinkering with your hobbies or doing something else that is enjoyable, and then getting all the way up to enjoy. So, but if you are then in a situation where you feel depressed about this and this is so scary or whatever, realize that getting out of your head, getting extroverted, take a walk, look at stuff, get your attention out from your own mind and onto the reality around you, something that is pleasant, especially nature, that is something that helps a lot. And secondary to that, get out of your chair and help somebody. If you can help somebody, then that always gets the attention off yourself and onto somebody else. And that makes you already more valuable, and you get to see that you can be of some kind of value to other people. So helping others is the best way of helping yourself, actually. So that sums it up for me, really.
Yeah, this reminds me of Nick Vujicic that I usually talk about, and I think I mentioned him yesterday. And it's this idea of Nick has these 3 rules to live by. And just to recap again about who Nick is, Nick was born without arms and without legs, and he tried to commit suicide as 10-year-old, and he's sort of like he's really happy now as a.
It must be really hard to commit suicide if you have no arms and legs.
Yeah, I think he actually tried to fall into the sea or something. I'm not quite sure. He's made a music video, and where he's, I think the point of the music video is that it shows that he was trying to drown and he was saved. And that's a video he's created this year. But he used to go skateboarding around where he lived. He just lies down in the skateboard and went skateboarding. It's pretty crazy to watch that guy skateboarding. But Nick has 3 rules to live by. Number 1 is to write a gratitude list daily. Like every single day, you write a list of things that you're happy for. And number 2 is you have to be totally aware of the people that are around you, and make sure that it's sort of like this rule of you're the average of the 5 people that you hang around most with. So make sure that you have 5 people around you that aren't just pulling you down like into shit, but 5 people around you. Who are the 5 people that are influencing most in your life? Make sure that you've got a good team around you. You're the captain, the leader, the manager, the trainer, the coach of your own team. So Øiving as the team, make sure that Øiving, you've got 5 good people around you, and Geir as the team leader, the team captain of Geir United or Geir City or whatever you call it. Make sure you've got these good people around you. And the 3rd rule that Nick lives by is to go and help somebody else. And I think whenever you hear Nick saying, like, the guy's on stage and he's got no arms and no legs, I got to get out there and help people in this life. it's crazy. It's like crazy to really experience that. Like it's so easy just to sort of like think like, yeah, I'm not having a good time right now, and then yeah, I think maybe some people should maybe listen to Nick whenever they feel a bit down. Maybe, I don't know.
I think so. I think so too. I like it that you have no problem accepting the Corona situation. You're like, oh, I can sit inside, I can code all night. But I think it seems to me the people I've been talking to that's struggling now is actually having problem with accepting the situation we're in, and actually are playing this waiting game. This oh, we're just gonna wait, this is gonna blow over, and it's gonna be okay, and then we're gonna go back to normal. But I like to go the opposite way, as a tip, to pretend that this is gonna be forever. Just pretend that this is gonna be forever, and then play in my mind, going, what would I do, what can I do if this is forever? Actually going on the offensive and just start attacking. Is like, which opportunities do I have here? And after a while, I think most people are going to see that this is going to be okay. It could change. If this is forever, it could change the way that I live my life, the way that I can do business, the way that I could have a job. But I think it's important to do that exercise, just to see the opportunity and just playing with accepting this situation if it's like this forever. And I think taking that, yeah.
I think that's a good way of getting from resist to accept. Actually, it's sort of a recipe to accepting stuff. Pretend that this is a permanent situation, and if there is no resistance, no need for resistance, because it's never gonna end, then of course you just have to accept it. So yeah, that's a really good way of looking at it.
This is sort of like if this was in the book, the Tibetan book of living and dying, and that if you have to accept that dying is a part of life, etc. And if you don't accept dying, you're not accepting life fully. And I think this could be a new chapter to that book, that if you're not accepting that this is the situation right now, if you're not accepting it, you're not accepting fully life. And sure, there's a lot of bad things happening business-wise now. It's like I think I know that we all know that some people in Oslo that have got small businesses and shops, and they're struggling. It's like there's no money coming in, and they're sort of figuring out what to do. And I've tried to say what I think. I tried to tell some people that there's you gotta think about what's the most important here. It's nice. It's so easy to give this advice. You have to look out. You have to change something, but people are really attached to what they've built up. So it's the shop that they're trying to succeed, or it's their small business that it's almost like they become a part of their business, and their whole identity is like crumbling to bits because they don't want to change the angle or pivot to something else that they should be doing instead. So I don't know, maybe people are like too attached to some project that they've had, and this Corona has been a really good test of, can you let go of what you've built up and start doing something else?
I think you're so right. People are so attached to it, and the brain has a problem here, because we can travel in time, we can like imagine the future, but we're not good at accepting that there could be a change in the current state. Like, for instance, when you if you break up with your girlfriend and you're really unhappy about it, when you're young, you think this is going to last forever. You think this is how I'm going to feel forever, and it's going to be devastating. And then as you get older, you've gone through these situations a few times, and you think, this really sucks, but it's going to be okay. And that's kind of the similar situation to where we're at right now, is that we're in this situation, and right now it's pretty bad for some companies, but they feel like this could be forever. Or it's bad for some people, they feel like this could last forever. But training on accepting that life is constantly changing, and it's always going to constantly change, so that we should be able to travel inside our head with the current state as well.
I think back to what you said earlier, when you said that, okay, let's just imagine that this is going to be forever. I think this is an interesting concept that can sort of traverse the whole of life. Any problem you got, let's say you get sacked by your boss or you get into a horrible relationship or whatever, it's just think, okay, let's pretend this is forever. I mean, Nick is without arms and legs forever. So there is no need for him to resist anymore. It's like, oh, I so wish I had arms and legs. There is no use, obviously. But when people are resisting, they're going into this, oh, maybe it will blow over, maybe it will go back, maybe she will come back. If I just give enough roses, maybe she will come back. But sit down and just meditate on this and think, oh, okay, maybe let's pretend she's like totally gone forever. Let's pretend she was dead, never will be back, you know? And then think, what would I do if she was dead? Well, I'll get over it somehow, and then I'll find another girl somehow. Okay. So that sort of brings you to a step forward rather than being stuck with that girl or that job or that shop. And I think you're perfectly right, Brendan. Anything that you associate with to the point where it becomes your identity becomes a problem to you. And we see this in athletes when people identify with the results they get. And if they don't get results, they become depressed, as if they were the results, as if they were the gold medal, which is really, really strange, because then you sort of degenerate yourself to become a gold medal or a placement in a race or this famous person or whatever. You can just be yourself. And that is where happiness really lies.
Okay, let's do something. Let's try and give like as much value from this little short talk that we're doing to somebody, okay? And there's somebody that we got, Guy, this is going to go straight back to you now, okay? So somebody comes to you and they've got like, the bills are piling up. They've got 4 kids at home, the wife and the husband. They're like not getting on too well at the moment because they know like, okay, we're sort of struggling. The bills are really piling up, and the guy's business, he has a little business that was, it was a store or a shop in the middle of Oslo selling whatever, and there's no customers coming in, and he doesn't see any customers coming in. Let's say he opened a restaurant 2 months ago in the middle of Oslo. He opened a restaurant. He opened this, and his whole life has been building up to this, to opening the restaurant. And 2 months ago, he opened it, and he was like 1 million krone in debt straight away. And he thought like, it's okay, this summer, after the summer, I'm going to be okay. And now he sees that the summer's just wiped out. So he has to make like these like all of these decisions right now. And he comes and says, Guide, I need some really specific advice. I'm so lost that fuck this coaching thing that I'm going to find out the answers for myself. Can you just give me like the straightest piece of advice that you can give me right now? Because I'm so lost, I can't even advise myself. Go.
Actually, I would do 3 things in quick succession. I would take him, oh, let's go out. Let's look at stuff. And I would just have him look at things just to get out of his mind, just to get him to a position where he will accept any communication I have. So, okay, so look at that tree, thank you. Look at that car, thank you. Look at the sky, look at this, look at that, and just get him out of his own mind. Then, okay, I would say, what is the one thing you can do that can help the situation a little bit? Just one thing. I don't care if it's the biggest thing or the best thing or whatever. Just what is one thing that you can do right now? There is one telephone call. There is one something that you can do. Tell me that. Let's just grab that and run with it. And then I would sit with him and actually get him through the telephone call. And then I would say, what's the next thing? What is one thing you can do right now? And then I will not let him go until they have done at least 3 things. That is on the potential one thing that you can do to improve the situation.
Øiving?
I think I really like that one, because you kind of take the issue and take away the future, take away the past, and take everything into the present. Because when we think about these issues, we always think, oh, this is going to suck in the future, or it sucked in the past. I can't have it anymore. But if you go to the present moment, you're going to find there's a lot of issues that doesn't hit you in the present moment. You're sitting there on your balcony and you're like, hey, it's sunny. It's really sunny outside. I got a home. I got enough food in my fridge. And then go, what can I do right now? I really like the one where call one person, lift one person higher. That should be definitely one of the things that we do, is help others. Get that projection off yourself and outwards to the world and see what we can do. So everything doesn't hit you personal because you're interested, you're thinking about what's outside, and then it can't hit you in the same way. So do one thing, help someone else, and get the focus away from you.
If I was describing us, like the three of us are like sort of like Zen warriors. We do a lot of this training about how to be right here, like right now. This idea of you can only ever be where your feet are. It's like the handball teams that I'm coaching at the moment. It's like you can only ever be where your feet are. That's it. So be there, but be 100% where your feet are. And sort of like this thing that we're talking about. And I think this idea of the Zen warrior, where if you're only the warrior, you go out like you're crazy, you're going fighting right now, you get all this energy. And if you're only Zen, you're just sitting waiting for this maybe to pass over. Think, hey, this is pass over just like everything else. This is a part of life. And this balance in between, this fluid between the Zen and the master and I think maybe those are the type of people that are like, they've got this calmness like right now, but at the same time they've got this will to, hey, I accept this challenge, this Corona challenge. I accept it. My business, I can turn this business online. I can start delivering food from a restaurant. I can start driving food out to people who want food. People still have to eat. I can turn my business around to something else. So I think this balance, I think like maybe in like 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, we're going to see maybe a lot of talks on TED.com or something, or on stage where people are going to be presenting how they beat the coronavirus situation. And I think we're going to see a lot of that people, this balance between people sitting and doing nothing and these warriors that go totally crazy. And we're going to see these people that had the balance in between that.
And that's the time when I'm going to sit and miss the Corona times.
So as a tip for the people listening and watching is, just do something. Just do something in this present moment. Do something. Nothing is done in the future.
No, because something is always better than nothing here. Yeah.
Let's leave it with that. One more thing. If people don't know what to do, then if they're totally lost, that one thing is to contact us. Yeah. Let's contact us and we'll give them a boost. We already put up, Brendan, me and you, a way to book 30 minutes free talks online. And people can always do that and get a boost for half an hour. And we won't charge anything. So, sure, go ahead. We put out a link to that behind this talk as well. Okay, we're done.
Cool. I'm going to make myself available so people can contact me too.
Do that.
Stop recording. Say it. Bye-bye.
Bye.